So today we're going to take some notes on what do we look for when we're reading a word problem that helps us distinguish what they're asking us for. Okay, so on page 83, hopefully you can see that. You're supposed to be doing this on 414. We're going to take notes on measurement word problems, what to look for. So when we're doing measurement word problems in 6th grade, you're going to be looking for 3 different things: perimeter, area, or volume. Perimeter, area, or volume. Okay, so we need to figure out what some of these differences are. What are some of the things we can look for in word problems to help us know which one they're asking for? Okay, so we're going to kind of divide our paper into 3 sections. So we're going to say perimeter, okay, y'all know me and my spelling. Perimeter, area. Actually, I'm going to put volume over here, and then put area right in the middle. Okay. So when we think about perimeter, we think about the distance around something, right? Around a 2D shape. So how far around is it? Our paper that we finished yesterday can kind of give us some hints about that, right? So the garden, it says how many meters of fence do we need to go around the garden, right? And so you're going around. In fact, a lot of the questions that we saw yesterday, when it was perimeter, it's going around. Okay, here's another one. Go around. Okay, so that's something with perimeter. Something is going around something else. Okay, so that's something that we can look for in a problem, and that can help us know it's perimeter. They might not necessarily say go around, but when you're thinking about it, you have to be thinking, okay, what is happening in that problem is is it going on the outside of the shape, or is it covering the inside of the shape? Okay, so perimeter. Actually, I'm going to put lines under these. Okay, so it goes around. Another thing is the units that are used. Okay, this is a straight line that goes around the shape. Okay, it's a straight line that goes around the shape, and straight lines are measured in straight units. So it would be inches, meters. This is how many meters. This one down here would be how much lace edging is needed to go around it. So it would be in inches. So straight units. Okay. I say straight units. That's not the mathematical term for it. The mathematical term for it is a linear. See the word line in there? Okay. It makes a line. So linear units. So examples would be meters, inches, feet, right? They're just the things that you can measure with a ruler, right? You could take a ruler and measure around this garden, right? Things you can measure with a ruler or a yardstick or something like that. Okay, so those are some things that when you think about perimeter, you can think about. All right, area. Let's see. How many square feet we'll need to cover? How many square miles? How many tiles are needed to cover a square? How many, if each bag of fertilizer covers, right? Well, this one straight up says what is the area, okay? So area covers something. So when you're reading a word problem, you'll be thinking, okay, am I going around this shape? Am I going around the shape? Or is it being covered by something? Okay, so like for example, when you looked at this one, how much felt is needed to make this banner? Or when we're making the banner, are we just making the banner? Is the material just going on this black line and going around the shape? Or is it covering the whole shape? Like to make the banner, we need to cover the whole thing. So that would be area, right? So area covers, it's going to be in square units, right? How many square feet? How many, well, that's the shape square. Don't get confused with that because that's the shape, right? How many square miles? How many, well, that's a square, but here, right here, it says how many square feet. Okay, so the units for area are square units because squares cover things up. Let's just put B/C for because squares cover. So it could be square inches. Remember, when that's written, it's written inches to the second power, right? So that would be examples. It could be anything, square inches, square feet, square whatever, okay? All right, now this paper didn't have any word problems about volume, but our other one did. So volume is going to fill the inside of a 3D shape. A lot of times kids say that area is the inside of a shape, and it is, but it's the inside of a two-dimensional shape, whereas volume fills the inside of a three-dimensional shape. And it's measured in cubic units or in cubes. All right, so you remember our example from the other day. I don't know if I actually showed you that one, but here's one of them, right? So we're looking to see how many cubes are inside of a shape. Okay, so those are some things that we can look for when we are doing measurement word problems. Okay, let's just look at some examples from each of these, like things that they might ask you for. Okay, so just some things that they might ask you for for perimeter. They might talk about baseboards. So baseboards are the things that go around the bottom of the floor, or actually the bottom of the wall, and they go all the way around the floor. Okay, they might talk about molding. Now that's not like mold that like we get on bread or whatever, but that's like sometimes in a room they have like at the top it'll be painted and then the bottom will be something different, and then they'll have a piece that goes around to kind of separate it. That would be molding, and it goes all the way around the room. They also have something called crown molding, and that goes up at the top of the top of the room. So yeah, that would be that. A fence goes around. A frame goes around. Oh, my handwriting is so terrible. What else? Something that goes around the edge, like this right here, the edge. Okay, so examples of area, things that cover. So like paint covers, carpet, tile, grass covers. So just think about things that cover, right? Volume, water fills things up. What else? I have to come back to this one. Water fills things up. Anything that fills. Okay, so those are just some ideas. of things to look for when we are doing measurement work problems.